Our next unit, music theater, is also known as Broadway or show music. It is another distinctive American music. In music theater, the music is written to amplify the character in each song and possibly advance the action or reflect upon what that character is feeling at the time. In the elements, tempo, pitch, dynamics, rhythm, and tone color are choices that are fused with the show's plot and characters to bring a total package to an audience. Music theater is a popular music genre that fuses script, acting, speech, music, singing, dancing, costumes, scenery, and spectacle. Music theater is similar to opera, but has spoken dialogue. Its roots go back to operetta from Europe, but it started in New York City with The Black Crook in 1866. This is our first musical. Until the 1960s, songs were in AABA form. In 1927, there's a change. We get the complete integration of song, humor, production numbers into a single, inextricable artistic entity with Showboat by Jerome Kern. Rock music was added in the 60s and 70s. After the 1940s came carefully crafted plots. Music numbers grow out of those plots, and more sophisticated music was composed. Also, social themes were explored to urge racial harmony and civil rights. Plots then deal with tolerance of different ethnic origin, sexual orientation, and color. In the 1970s, rock musicals flourished. In the 1980s and 90s, the influence of European mega musicals was part of the picture. They have large casts, sets, special effects, and a lot of dance or athletic movement. In those, samples would be Les Miserables, Cats, and Phantom of the Opera. They're very visual and grand. The longest running musical is Phantom of the Opera, which started in the 1980s and is still running today in New York City. Your leading creators or composers are as follows: Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein. They wrote Oklahoma and South Pacific, The Sound of Music. We also have Stephen Sondheim, who is still creating. His music theater pieces were Into the Woods, Sweeney Todd, West Side Story, for which he did the lyrics, and Company. Andrew Lloyd Webber, from England, wrote Cats and Phantom of the Opera. Stephen Schwartz, an American creator, wrote Wicked. Contemporarily, we have plots based on literary works, such as Jekyll and Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. Recently, there is a familiarity embraced by producers who usually want a safe investment because of expense, since it's very expensive to produce a show. So there are revivals of previously successful shows like Fiddler on the Roof and Annie Get Your Gun. The exception to this is Wicked, which carried an $8 million price tag before it even opened. Fantasy stories are certainly popular right now in music theater, with Wicked and Lion King, which is also still on Broadway.